Hello and welcome. Katy here. Thanks so much for stopping by. I am excited to be back for another year with Imagine Crafts. And today I am doing a mixed media Valentine using a couple Versafine Clair inks that I have never ink blended with, and I absolutely love the results of the blend. I'm really pleased with the card in general. So I had initially thought we're going to use a couple different blues and Verdant, just like a light green. That is a hand-drawn heart stencil from Miss Ink Stamps. I used that in a previous video as well. And then I've just got some heart dyes. Any heart dye, if you want to do this technique, will work. You don't have to have layering dyes or anything like that. So I'm going to start off with Verdant. I'm just using some regular white cardstock, and I'm starting at the top, and I'm taking what's left of ink on my brush and fading it down because I want to prevent the harsh lines that happen when you ink blend between different colors. And so by fading it off and just having a soft blend through the middle of the panel is going to achieve that. So now I'm going to come in with Warm Breeze, and I'm going to come in from the opposite end, the other end of the cardstock, and do the very same thing. So my strongest color is going to be at the bottom of the cardstock, and then I'm going to fade it up into the Verdant. Now that's going to do a couple things. It's going to prevent the harsh lines that happen, especially since we've got a really bold, darker color with that Warm Breeze. And two, it's going to give us a third color. So, anybody who might struggle with using 3 different colors to ink blend and things like that, try just 2 colors, but do 2 colors that you know are going to blend together and make another color. So in this case, we're doing, a green, yellow, and a blue, because that's going to make, yellow and blue make green. So you're going to get that meet in the middle. You can do yellow and red. That's going to make an orange right in the middle. So just think of, those color combinations, pink and blue, red and blue, are going to bring purple in the center. So those are some color combinations you can use to try out your ink blending, even just trying different colors, like in this case that I've never used before, to see what you can get. Just remember, fade it off. Just use what's left on your brush to bring it into the center of the panel. That way you don't have super harsh lines. Now I am coming back in with the Verdant because I want to go back over that Warm Breeze so that I can kind of push that color in and blend it a little bit more. Then I'm going to come back in with the Warm Breeze over top again of that Verdant so that I can deepen up that green, get a little bit, like a turquoisey color, and soften that blend between those 2 colors. And so once I'm done there, I end up flipping the panel around. So I'm actually going to be using the Warm Breeze end as my top and the Verdant as my bottom. You could leave it this way with Verdant on top, but I thought I liked it better this way. So repositionable adhesive on both that heart mask and the heart stencil. The heart mask I cut out of 7.5 mil Mylar. You could use cardstock. You could use masking paper, laminator sheets. If you know what I mean. I prefer to have a mask that I can reuse, so that's why I opt for the Mylar, acetate, or even your laminating sheets. But if you don't have any of those on hand, your masking tape is going to work. Your masking paper is going to work good, as well as a piece of cardstock. The only thing is, actually, probably with your cardstock, you could get away with the repositionable adhesive because it's just a soft tack, low tack, and it shouldn't tear your underlying paper that you're masking. So using Paradise, I'm coming over the top on the stencil, and I really like the way that Paradise worked. You could also probably use Twilight as your overlay because it's just a nice contrast between that Warm Breeze. Of course, that contrast is going to be there with your Verdant, but it worked really nicely over that Warm Breeze so you could still see the blue hearts. So coming in with some Sheer Shimmer Stix, it's a dauber, and I did that in frost and just adding it over the top of my stencil so we can get a little shimmer on those hearts. And then I'll peel reveal, which is the best part of all this. Now, the other thing I want to mention about our heart mask, you absolutely don't have to do that. I wanted to do something different. I did vellum with this particular stencil for my first video with Miss Ink stamps, and I thought that it would be fun to just kind of have that invisible line of a mask and heart where the sentiment is. The other thing you could do, so you don't have to do the masking there at all, but you could do a piece of vellum. You can cut a piece of vellum out and do the same thing. It's totally up to you. And then, of course, you could do your stencil over that whole panel. But I thought this would be fun, something different. So using some irRESISTible spray in Paris Dusk and Silver, I am using this for splatter. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't buy these at all to use as a spray. I have a couple of them. I got gold and I got white too. And I didn't want to use the sprayer. You can, of course, it's there, but I wanted it for the splatter because it gives really good raised texture and it's nice and, well, the Paris Dusk is not pearlized, but of course the silver is. And it's just it's good texture, it's great splatter, and that's why I got those. And I couldn't recommend them enough if, for people who like to add splatter. So the Love You die is, it's discontinued. It was a collab between scrapbook.com and Pink Fresh Studios. I die cut that out of some Star Dream Metallic in Lapis Lazuli, which is a nice pretty metallic blue. Die cut those 3 times and layered them up. And now you just saw I was using the Pico embellisher in both Silver and Paris Dusk to add additional little, dots to fill in the splatter that I didn't get. And then a soft gray cardstock with a layer of navy cardstock to matte on the back of our main panel. And that finishes it up. I just love the shimmer. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day and I'll catch you in the next video.